Hi chess kids, welcome to YouTube land, and today we're going to take a look at the power of the bishop pair. But wait a minute, Fun Master, doesn't Vishy Anand have some videos on the power of the bishop pair? Why yes, you're a very dedicated chess kid to know that. And if you haven't watched Vishy's videos, what are you doing? Link down below, go watch them right now. We've got a whole course, but today, let's look at a man who wasn't quite world champion, but he is often considered the best player never to become world champion. You probably don't know his name. Akiba Rubinstein of Poland. And he didn't learn chess till he was 14. So imagine this, kids. You probably learned chess before he did. Maybe you'll go on to be the best player never to become world champion. Maybe you'll go on to be world champion. Take a look at our chessboard right here. And Rubinstein is black. He's down a pawn, but the power of the bishop pair. If Vishy didn't show it to you, well, I'm showing it to you now. Black is down a pawn, but he's actually better in this position because the bishops are alive. Look at these beautiful diagonals that they operate on. In fact, on the next move, Rubinstein just says, hey, I want the bishop pair and I want to not be down a pawn. He's targeting this d5 pawn. Now his opponent says, okay, if you're gonna get your pawn back, I'm at least gonna wreck your pawn structure. I'm gonna give you a very weak, isolated pawn. So Rubinstein captures it, and in this position again, a lot of kids would look at it and they'd say, oh, I don't like black's pawn structure, white must be better. But I'm here to tell you, the bishop pair very often compensates for bad pawn structure, or even for being down a pawn. In fact, white's next move was already a loser. Black, in this position, has this weak pawn, and the white player says, I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna play rook to d1, triple attack the pawn, I'm gonna win it back, I'm gonna weaken your king. But now the bishops come alive. The hills are alive with the sound of bishops. What move wins the game here for black? Can you find it? Well, the bishops are going to win the day. In this position, you probably noticed there's two attackers on the c2 pawn. Now white has two defenders. Remember, a tie goes to the defender. So we need to distract one of white's pieces. Guess what? White's king and his queen, they're wearing the same color shoes. They're on the same diagonal. It's a dark square diagonal. So how does a dark squared bishop assist a light squared bishop? By deflecting that queen away. You probably already know it. You're already yelling at your screen. Fun Master Mike, it's time for the next video. Well, let's at least show it. Bishop to d3. Bishop d3 pins the queen. If the queen runs away, well, that's against the rules of chess. Can't put your king in check. And if the queen captures to save herself, well, that's how the dark squared bishop gives itself up for the light squared bishop to be the hero. Actually, the queen is the hero. The bishop is the helper. That move would have won the game. Amazingly, Rubinstein didn't play bishop e3. Well, they didn't have ChessKid back then. This was from the year 1918. And yeah, did they even have chess books back then? Probably. But he wasn't doing his tactics on ChessKid. There's a great example of the bishop pair. Maybe you learned a little bit of chess history. No, Fun Master Mike is not the greatest player of all time to never win a world championship. It was probably Rubinstein. A couple other players are in that same conversation. If you want more of the power of the two bishops, go check out that Vishy video.